know that. No, they're going to know how each other play, how each team plays, of course, because they've seen them so many times on stage. Every player scouts all the other games that are going on.
Yep. And before the gates go up, we did it. We made it through round robin, and we're now at single elimination here at Blizzcon 2011. So let me hear a big round of applause for the teams that made it, specifically the two playing now, SkillCap from North America, Game Sense DNAW from Europe, both fighting a hard fight to get up here from their countries and then through the Blizzcon round robin.
All right, gates are about to open. We're going to watch Rodriguez yet again because he is the guy that's making the difference for the team of GameSense. As the gates open, he's going to immediately get frozen by that water elemental.
Yep, and Pook's running out there with some spells still. Definitely going anti-mage right here.
Oh, it's really smart. We have him trying to spell steal off everything.
Yep. Got a little poly on Drudenhouse there. You know, they're just going to try to set him up, try to throw some CC out. You see him retreating back behind a small pillar.
This is interesting. Rodriguez going for the kill on the water elemental now. He's taking a lot of damage. That is incredibly smart in this. This is a great way to start.
Yeah.
Of course, Poops is not going to have his pet out for a while, and that is a massive amount of damage that he's going to be missing because of those fingers.
Yeah,
all right, but Dakroth already taking a ton of damage with a crowd control onto Drudenhouse with that Earth Shield backup, blanket counterspell on top of it as he comes out of the poly, and immediately the dots are reapplied.
Yeah, you know, SkillCap doing a little bit of target swapping back and forth. Toes catching that UA Dispel, and that's going to put Pooks behind a little bit on health. He's picked right back up. And SkillCap just trying to fill things out right now. You saw him go on Dakroth for a second. Spell stealing Rodriguez, throwing it into a poly, gets some damage out on Drudenhouse. The CMLS really filling each other out right now. You can tell they're both just 100% committed to these fights. And Toes is actually chilling in kind of a little starting area here. He's still way, way back in the field while Pooks is pushed up. So SkillCap has an odd positioning, whereas I would say GameSense DNAW has a little more secure, a little more traditional wizard setup here on rank.
So Pooks blinks out of that deep freeze right there, tries to get onto his target. Deep freeze Dakroth with a sheep onto Drudenhouse, who isn't going to trinket out of it. Impact stun right after. What a great combo right there with a fear.
Wow.
Drops that trinkets out, and
poly.
another poly immediately after that trinket. 20,000 hit points. If they can put anything on Dakroth, oh, and he does get that Spirit Link totem, gets killed right away. Another fear.
The deep freeze out of Pooks, putting some damage on Drudenhouse. This is exactly what they need to do. They got Dakroth low, they're forcing Drudenhouse hand, getting him to use cooldowns to bring his Warlock back up, and now they just need to swap through targets. They need to put pressure on everybody, especially Rodriguez. They cannot stress enough how much damage that mage is doing when he's allowed to free cast. Pooks is being shut down considerably compared to Rodriguez, and that is the primary difference
look at that
in damage
pushback on
between
the
these
pass
two teams.
from Pooks right there. Pooks trying to dump as much damage as he can. Another sheep onto Drudenhouse. Was quarter duration though. He's going to keep casting. Oh, there we go. Now that's a very short sheep. Of course, Toes in trouble, Pooks in trouble, having to block, getting rid of all those dots as they try to put as much crowd control as they can onto Dakroth, because he's the guy that's going to be doing all the damage. Right now, there's no unstable afflictions on the entire team of SkillCap.
Yep, and you know what, at the risk of oversimplifying things, this match really is going to come down to mage crits quite a bit. You know, who's going to be able to pump out more damage when it really counts. And you know, crit rating is going to come into that so much, especially with the fingers up. You know, you want to win the coin toss on your crits, basically. As a mage, you want to keep it above 50% with procs if at all possible.
So Pooks was trying to invis right there. And now we have Snuts is going to be caught behind the pillar right there. So you see Dakroth trying to cast on any target that shows their face. And again, Drudenhouse playing so in the backfield of that. But we have Pooks pushing up a little bit, trying to do some damage.
Yep, and there's a coil used out on Snuts trying to peel him off of the fight. And, you know, he didn't really even set up any dots on him. So Dakroth just kind of peeling some damage, but not really putting out too much damage himself. He seems to be really focused on guarding Drudenhouse and Rodriguez, who are, you know, they do appear to be a focus target. Snuts is rolling some dots on Rodriguez when he can.
Oh,
see some nice dispels.
All right, Pooks just got his Arcane Tree locked right there as he's going to try to get around the corner and out of line of sight, down to half-life right now. No CC onto Toes, but Toes' trinket is currently down.
Yep, it's not taking a lot of damage from those dots. He's catching a few shatters there from Rodriguez, but Rodriguez throwing into a volley.
Pooks having an answer to his pet being killed. Of course, he is going after the pet of Rodriguez right now, which 8,000 hit points right now. We have a stun, impact stun onto Pooks, followed by a fear.
It's kind of silly that they didn't go for that pet earlier on. You know, Snuts could have just dotted it up and thrown a little burst his way, and that would have split up Drudenhouse's ceiling even more, and maybe would have allowed them a better position here in this Ring of Valor, because so far, GameSense DNAW looking a little bit more comfortable.
And look at the dynamic change when you don't have a pet as a Frost Mage. This is huge. That was an excellent play by GameSense right at the start.
You know, not only is that a Pet Nova, but when you throw down that Pet Nova, you get 2 charges of Fingers of Frost, and that is your damage, basically. I mean, that's his
so that was
demand.
a good, his Frost Tree just got locked, Poops of course, and was able to cast a Poly right afterwards to try to set up some damage, followed by a Fear onto Dakroth, because Rodriguez is taking some damage. Full sheep onto Drudenhouse right now. Pook's trying to get over to the mage, but knows that he's not going to be countered, so he is going to use the time to evocate.
Yep, and he just gets a few ticks off. It tops him off, and his mana is definitely fine. But mana hasn't really been an issue here for the mages. Mainly, they just need to keep pressuring Rodriguez and Dakroth, and they need to put some burst onto Drudenhouse coming out of that CC. You know, once he doesn't have anything on himself, such as Riptide or anything at all that can help him.
He's been having a tough time with all the spell pushback on his Frostbolts, not able to do too much damage at this moment. Tossing up another poly, that looks like another full poly onto Drudenhouse at this point. Frostfire Bolt as the Warlock tries to get out of there.
Yep, and look at this, you know, GameSense was putting so much pressure on the skill cap. Now, skill cap seems to have gotten their momentum back in this match. All topped off. You see Drudenhouse pressured real hard, trying to escape to his starting area. There's no line of sight there. I'm not entirely sure where he's going.
Of course, Pook's getting caught in that second one. Now another impact stun. This is a great play by Rodriguez to help his Shaman live. We have a poly out of Rodriguez that's going to hit Snuts, although we have a dot right after, so that is going to immediately break. But look at the life bars of GameSense. Drudenhouse not able to make it quite up to full life, as you see it counter, and a deep freeze happening right now. He's in the starting area.
Kind of a bad overlap.
He barely gets out of it. Wow, that crowd control out of the Mage Lock Shaman as a Hex goes down. Spirit Totem is finished at that point.
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty difficult overlap to land on Drudenhouse. You know, they got the deep freeze, but they didn't quite land that CS perfectly. They could have gotten him a little lower there, maybe 20,000, but he was able to get away pretty comfortably. And now GameSense is going to have an opportunity here to just sort of bring themselves back up. Drudenhouse hurting on mana compared to Toads. They have about 10k differential there, but Drudenhouse, the problem here is that he is under more pressure than Toads. Toads is just hanging out in the backfield, basically running around with Pooks. I mean, he can do anything.
The big thing is, there we go, that's another pet kill onto Pooks' pet. I mean, this is the kind of thing we used to see in WLD mirrors, where pets constantly getting killed, but it is an incredibly smart play.
Yeah, for sure, because like I said, the Fingers of Frost procs, that is the mage's on-demand damage, and Rodriguez, we've been watching him play a little while now. He knows how to do damage, and he definitely knows how to counter mage damage. So he is in a unique position.
Taking a lot of damage right here, down to 70,000 hit points, 50,000, gets coiled away currently, and a Fear on to Dakroth right there with Snuts. Wow, taking a lot of damage. If Rodriguez can connect right now, they just need a little bit of crowd control onto Toes. He's under the effective curse of that Curse of Tongues.
And there's a poly. And he trinkets out of that poly. Toes using his trinket to get out of polymorph. Gonna have to play pretty defensive around this line of sight pillar while it's up. And Snuts is still in a little bit of danger, but he's just standing out front there, pumping damage himself. And that's the thing about MLS. It looks like they might be down and out, but all it takes is a poly or a good Fear that lands onto Drudenhouse, and they can take Rodriguez out in a second.
Toes is getting completely controlled right now. We saw that poly into Fear back to back. Great job right there. Now Snuts, 60,000 hit points, but he's sitting back a bit, and they're gonna go on to Pooks right now, who is needing to block. Wow, and he's already, he's cold snapped, so that means that this is it for all of his blocks.
Yeah, he won't have another block up for quite a while.
All right, so we have a Hex followed by a Deep Freeze for Toes. No Trinket up, he's gonna have to sit through this. Swaps the Earth Shield to himself because he knows that incoming damage. Yeah. And there we go, an Impact Stun, and that Spirit Link Totem is dropped. But everyone was at the same hit points anyway, so it wasn't very effective. Pook's trying to do everything he can to put out that crowd control, but look at all the life bars. Snuts taking so much damage right now.
Yeah, but that was an excellent ring. I believe that was Rodriguez's ring right there.
That was Rodriguez's second block too. As Snuts get caught in the ring. Oh no, he's got 3,000 hit points with a deep freeze on his toes. Wow. Yeah. GameSense playing absolutely perfect in that round.
Yeah, they put so much pressure on. You know, it looked like Skill Cap was going to come back there for a second, maybe reset the match. GameSense just backed off, maybe gave him some false confidence, and got right back in there with the damage.
All right. And those are the matches we like to see. It was a constant back and forth. Oh, yeah. Ring of Valor means everyone's in casting range nonstop.
Yeah, there's really no hiding. We've seen some cool tricks, but there's no priest to grip you up on top of pillars this time around. So those MLS mirrors, they're tough, and it does come down to...
Second map for this matchup, the European MLS versus the American MLS.
An MLS mirror, and you know, it looks like right now EU just has the more aggressive, cleaner play style.
It's true. Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier, is